I didn't open the door. But that night, the room opened inside me. I won't tell you my name. Just know this. I'm someone who stays awake at night, listening to stories, recording them, and then trying to forget them. This happened when I was staying at an old hotel along a long, empty highway somewhere in the United States, in a place where nights aren't silent, they breathe. The hotel was old, with damp-smelling walls and carpets stained like time itself had bled into them. When the front desk clerk handed me my key, he said only one thing: "If you hear crying at night, don't open the door." I tried to laugh, but nothing came out. At exactly 2:17 a.m., I heard it for the first time. The crying wasn't faint or dramatic, it was real. It didn't sound like a child, and it didn't sound like an adult either. It sounded like something trapped between the two. The sound was coming from the other side of the wall. I checked the time, grabbed my phone, and started recording. The crying stopped. Then a whisper slid into my ear, cold and close. "Look at me." My hands shook as I looked at the emergency map on the wall. The room next to mine had a large X drawn over it. That room had been locked for 10 years. The next night, I didn't sleep. I dragged a chair to the door and sat there, staring at it, waiting. At 2:17 a.m., the crying started again, louder, desperate, completely out of control. I stepped into the hallway where the lights flickered weakly. The security camera's red lights were on, but the monitor showed nothing. I found myself standing in front of the locked room. The room number was still visible, as if someone had refused to erase it. I pressed my ear against the door, and from inside, something spoke my name. I stumbled back, my heart pounding so hard it felt like the door might open by itself. Then something slid out from under the door. An old, wet teddy bear with its eyes scratched out. When I turned around, I saw a shadow at the end of the hallway, its head lowered, its body slowly swaying. The next morning, I confronted the hotel manager. He stayed silent for a long time before finally speaking. 10 years ago, he said, a man stayed in that room and claimed his son cried every night. But no child had ever been registered. The man checked out and was never seen again, and that was when the crying began. I played the recording for him. The crying was there, but beneath it was something worse, my own voice. My words, my laughter, my breathing. It sounded as if I had already stayed in that room before. I left the hotel as soon as I could. But every night at exactly 2:17 a.m., I hear the same crying again, now coming from the wall of my own bedroom. And it doesn't call my name anymore. Now it reminds me, if you made it to the end of this story, maybe you've been chosen too. Subscribe to Hauntra TV, like this video, and comment "I heard it." Because some stories aren't meant to be heard, they're listening to you.